Alright. Hey yo, thank you for joining me for a Galaxy Heroes video today. I skipped the last run of Conquest personally and also doing one of these videos, but we have a Dark Side pirate coming to the game. I have not watched the Skeleton Crew TV show yet. Maybe that's something I do here today on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you all, of course. And so I figured I would go ahead and do one of these, show you how I intend to get to Red Crate or as close as possible here. I am a later game account. Maybe some of these will give you some ideas, and obviously everybody has to approach these things differently. And so the first feats that we have now in every conquest, they have 250 challenge path kills. So going through and doing the gold path throughout the whole thing, you're going to get that done by third sector typically. Maybe less if you don't do the bottom as well, but I just follow the gold path. I don't have time to really stop and think and look, and I don't really do that. I don't do much thinking at all. Anyways, so the idea is just go and follow the gold path as often as you can, especially going up top, because that's going to unlock more data disks. And a lot of the times, a lot of these solutions are going to be data disk dependent. For example, the first one we're going to talk about here is Bad Batch. 20 Bad Batch battles. I'm going to need some data disk help on that because Omega, unfortunately, is going to drag their team back a little bit. There are some teams that they're going to be able to beat, especially if your echo's very fast. Mine is not terribly fast, 346. I've seen people have them 360, crazy speeds like that. So if you have them very, very fast and you can get out in front of other teams, you can get that stun off. There's a chance that you may not need as much data disk help as I will, but I'm going to need some help getting through that battle, those 20 battles there, and that'll be something I swing back for and do afterwards when I can. First thing you want to do is 3-star these battles on your way through. You don't want to go back and clean them up. If you have to, it is what it is. But try to choose the best counter for the team that's available to you, and if you can get these feats done doing that, great. If not, you can come back for the feats. The important thing is 3-starring the battle so that you're not wasting the energy coming all the way back. Okay. Next one, we have 300 dots. I think this one is super easy. You can do it with Lord Vader. You're going to see this team a lot. This is going to be my go-to team for a lot of these feats. But you can also use Lord Vader. Wampa throws out a lot of dots as well. So if you do like the old Wampanator thing, that was a really cool thing back in the day where you had Darth Vader lead with Wampa. Now, I believe the 300 dots damage over times is from abilities, so you have to actually be using the ability. So for Darth Vader, that's going to be his Force Crush here. The reason we have this Emperor Palpatine going is because you'll be able to use that Force Crush and it'll generate enough TM that you'll be able to go again, and you'll be able to hit Merciless Massacre, and by the end of that Merciless Massacre you'll be able to Force Crush again. And so that is going to be a fantastic, easy way to get those staggers. We got two sources of stagger here. We got Director Krennic and Mara Jade. So that's why they're there. And then Royal Guard's here to keep everybody alive. And so that'll be that. 20 battles with light side unaligned force users. I just put the best light side unaligned force users I have that weren't also doing double duty somewhere else. You have Commander Luke Skywalker. You have, Cal. I could have put Cal in there instead. I'm not really using Cal at all, I don't think. Anyways, so you can use Cal there instead of Ray Scavenger. Commander Ahsoka Tano provides so much health and defense and offense and survivability, and it's just fantastic. So she's super great with the Ray team, and I use her there pretty often. I do not have JMK, so I don't have to worry about having a JMK, Jedi Master Kenobi, to counter other things here throughout Conquest, because it's not a team that I have to worry about carrying here. Crit damage down, you're going to get that from Leia Organa's her AoE, so she can hit everybody. The crit damage down and crit chance down come through on any attackers that she hits. So if you find a Imperial Trooper team in your travels and you hit them with that, she's going to hit all of them with crit damage down, because I think all but like one of them are an attacker. I think there's like one support. And so that's going to be an easy way to do that. I left those last two slots open because you don't even need to fill them. This team, the three of them, are so good that you could probably beat most things with just them. But you can also toss in like a Han and a Chewie. It might be a good idea, especially you'll see some of the other feats. It might be a good idea to go ahead and do that anyways. Crit damage down and staggers. This team can do both of those debuffs because of Basilisk Fallen. This team is very capable of beating all sorts of stuff out there. So if you do have Malgus and a Sith Empire team up and running, Basilisk will help you get a whole bunch of these feats done as well. So that is the global sector feats. I believe the it might be in the UFUs and the crit damage down that gets you the data disk and the utility that you use for one battle, and you get the actual points. Conquest Sector 1, evasion up 50 times. Commander Luke Skywalker is a fantastic team for this because Han Solo, on his flexing special, the one where he shrugs, he's going to pass evasion up to everybody, so that one's really easy. Clone Trooper kills, we need 50 of those, and we can also get the evasion up with the 4 original members of the Bad Batch that you need for Lord Vader and Captain Rex. And so this is going to be fantastic. I believe Echo and Hunter all pass evasion up. Echo's might be on his basic. I'll double check that real quick so I know what I'm talking about. Evasion up, perfect. And then I believe Hunter is an AoE. Yep, all allies, evasion up. So on Hunter's AoE, you're going to get 5. On Echo's basic, you're going to get 1. And then this team can beat all sorts of stuff. That will actually do really well. Again, I'll wait until I have all my data disks collected so that I know that I have some assistance there, because I'm just not terribly confident in this, but that should help me farm some crons at least. Secret Intel 80, I'm just going to throw in Sortie with a couple of droids and throw it on auto. Sortie is very tough and sometimes will win a battle. If we can get something like what's it called? I didn't look at the discs available either here, but the one where supports do damage based off of max health, get that and a vitality for her, and she's just going to clear boards with her first attack. We need 20 battles with Spectre. I won't be doing that one, clearly. But if you do have the ability to do that, you can use General Syndulla lead, and then you would put in like Ahsoka Fulcrum and Chopper, because I don't have Ezra Bridger Exile either. So you could do that, and maybe you have a solid team there. It's not an option for me really, but I wanted to make sure that I listed it. For the mini boss, we need 5s to survive. Obviously, if you can clear the board before General Skywalker even takes a knee, you're all set here. Otherwise, if you can't and anybody dies, it's going to be 5s, right? Because 5 is going to sacrifice himself if it's somebody else. So maybe we try something different if this doesn't work. But we all we can do is wait and see. There's some things, some of the discs that let you regain protection when you attack out of turn, and that is fantastic for the Clones 501st, because when you have General Anakin, he's going to be counterattacking all the time and feeding himself protection back, so it's going to be harder to kill him, or at least get him to kneel. Also in the mini boss, dark side only, I'll probably use my favorite team to use in Conquest, either Inquisitors or First Order. And then for the boss, we need a battle with Cal surviving, and we need a battle with Hunter surviving. And this is pretty close to what I will probably be using on most of these. If you can get a voluntary vanguard, you do not need Wat Tambor for that, and so that'll free up another slot, and you can do something like, if you wanted to do it, if you did want to have to do it twice, you can take Cal with Han and Chewie, and that might help protect Cal if you've got a really weak Cal. Same with Hunter. He won't be able to, while Chewie's alive, he won't be able to be crit, stunned, things like that. And Voluntary Vanguard should put the taunt on Jedi Master Luke, so you only have to worry about that splash damage. And if you've got him level 50, you can mod him for health and hope that he makes it through the battle. Easy enough. Sector 2, again, you're going to see this team a lot. So health steal up 60. Easiest way to do that is going to be with Emperor Palpatine. You can do it with like a Star Killer team if you want to run Emperor Palpatine, Mara Jade. Visas on her Dark Healing will pass the health steal up to everybody, so you'll end up double dipping. So that's 2 AoE health steal ups that you can use there. In the mini boss here, we also need to win the battle with Empire, so this works on global feats as well as a couple of the feats here in the sector. We need 3 dark side clones for 10 battles, so once we get Disguised Clone Trooper up and running, that will be pretty easy here. Stealth 60. If you have the Zeta on Darth Maul, this is super easy. You also have an extra stealth from Sith Assassin and Darth Talon. What's really fun about this is if Darth Malik's going to be taunting pretty much the whole battle. If somebody crits him, he's going to gain stealth and then lose it immediately because he's going to apply fear, and then they can crit him again and he'll gain stealth and then lose it immediately because of fear. So this usually takes 2 battles, sometimes 3, to get a number like 60, and then obviously you draw it out and have Sith Eternal Emperor use his ult when you're ready to move on from that battle. There is one for no losses for 20 battles. That is the goal here anyways. Like I said, you want to prioritize getting through with 3 stars. I have the Night Sisters here because even if you lose one, you can bring them back, and then as long as they're standing at the end of the battle, it still counts as a victory. You can also do this with Mon Mothma. You can also do this with Leia. Leia has a fantastic, if you kill somebody with her ult, the whole team's going to come back. It's fantastic. And so you're also working on a global feat that way. So no losses for 20 battles. That's pretty much the standard goal anyways. This is a kind of a freebie for extra points here. In the mini boss, we want clone troopers. I think it's a clone trooper kill, now that I'm thinking about it, but this team, again with some cron help, should be able to get it done. So we have to, for the boss, we need to get a Spectre attacker a kill, and that's really easy with Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. You know, again, you can put whoever you want in that last slot, but we also need to get Rey a kill. So if we can get them both, that would be super beneficial to just get them both done at the same time. Tank Tech, so he taunts the whole time, and he can use his special for any licensed character. You can get that Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum to hit really hard for unavoidable damage based off of his max protection. So you can get that kill with that, and then Darkside Vision Ray. I have her modded for offense anyways. If I have her modded, I do not have her modded right now. That's okay. We just finished TV, so I have her modded for offense and health typically anyways, so there's always the chance that she picks up a kill. You could run like a crew lead and try to force feed her a kill that way. Again, that's something that you might come back for after you've already 3-starred the battle and try it a couple of times. Defense up 60. I am always willing for this feat. It is so easy. I am willing to take the L. I'm willing to burn the energy and not get a victory at all. You don't need to win the battle, so you just need to get through it. Clone Wars Chewbacca on his lead is going to give you defense up when you get hit. So you put somebody tough out there like Crew. We got Royal Guard, Old Ben Kenobi, and Savage Opress. Royal Guard and Old Ben on their taunting specials, they also give defense up. Whenever you hit Savage Opress, he also gets defense up. So typically what you do is just throw this team in, hit auto. When they eventually time out, because there's no real damage here, when they time out, you just get that feat done. So that one's a pretty easy one there. And then you go right back into actually trying to get through the battles here. Again, we see this team in global. We're going to see here again, Darth Vader survived 15 times. I mean, self-explanatory there. He does have an advantage here because he's going to be throwing out so many of those dots that when they dispel, he does recover health and protection. So that's always something to keep in mind. Target practice 400. I had to go looking through everybody to see who does it, and it's on Omega Fugitive. And so once I saw it was on Omega Fugitive, I just threw the new Bad Batch on here just as a placeholder. That's one that I'm obviously probably going to have to skip. And 400 sounds like an insane number. I don't. I barely read the kit. I apologize, but I wonder how people are going to get 400 of those. I don't know if she's passing out, five of them every other turn or something like that. It would have to be something pretty substantial like that for me to see that as worth it, even if I had the team built up. No attackers. This is one of my favorite no attacker teams. You have the Siphon and the insta kill and so much control between Treya with one of the best debuffs in the game, Isolate, and probably the second best debuff in the game, Fracture. So you have tons of control here. This is great against Padme teams. This is great against General Grievous teams. And then plus you're going to have Data Disc on top of that. So that one's a really good composition for no attackers. And then actually these Night Sisters, none of these are attackers as well. So that's another instance where we can take advantage of them surviving as well by being revived. Omega survive on the mini boss. This is probably something pretty standard that I'll run. Again, if you have voluntary vanguard, you can drop Watt. Bring somebody like Chewie in and he'll protect her as much as Chewie can. For the mini boss, we also need a kill with Apo. I think that's pretty easy to do in a Lord Vader with the clone troopers lineup. And that's just based off of my experience with the original two. We'll see what the third one brings to that. Obviously, brief read of the third one's kit, he might steal all the kills, but we will go ahead and let him do his thing. For the boss feats, we need Captain Enoch on the team, and so this is one of those hyper flexible teams. We've got a bunch of Imperial remnants that can fit here. You can put the Night Trooper, Death Trooper Peridia. You can put Enoch in the lead. I like Doc Trooper Moff Gideon because he can revive people, so you're coming back and by the end of the battle you have 5 people standing, and that's perfect for me. And then Moff Gideon I'll either leave in or I'll switch out. It really depends on one, if I think I don't really have him modded because I only have him Relic 1. So it really depends on if I can put like a TIE Fighter pilot in there and get the job done without Moff Gideon. Then Moff Gideon will continue to sit on the bench. No supports, super easy with First Order. You just take out Hux and First Order Officer. You run the 2 tanks like we used to, Sith Trooper, Darkside Vision Ray. And that one should be pretty easy. Again, this is how I plan on doing these things. If you don't have these tools, there are plenty of other options out there. But if you don't have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, one, what's wrong with you? No, but there are other attackers out there. If you do have Lord Vader, which you're going to want to have if you're looking at possibly red crating here, because there's direct call outs to him multiple times throughout these feats here. But there are other teams of just pure attackers and tanks. So you can drop Bastila Shan from the Sith Empire team and put Marauder in there. And so that will satisfy that requirement too for no supports. All right, surprise! There is another Emperor Palpatine here. The reason I picked this lineup too is because she's going to pass out AOE tenacity downs. That's 50 tenacity downs. Director Krennic on his basic will pass out tenacity down. If you want to swip that out, you can also put in TIE Fighter Pilot. She will also apply tenacity down on their basic. And so that's how I do that. Bonus turn 50. We already talked about Merciless Massacre. That's going to give you a bonus turn every time you target somebody new with that Merciless Massacre. So that's going to count. Other options, Jedi Knight Cow. You get a bonus turn with Han. That's only going to be one. Watt. I believe Watt is a bonus turn. Alpha's turn meter, so that one doesn't count because she's gaining 100% turn meter. It's not a bonus turn. So there are other options out there, but I do really like the idea of this handling so many of the global and sector feats. They're going to be very tired by the end of each day that we play this here. Death Mark 10. So the options here are limited because it's applying death marks. So even though Revan's leadership applies death mark to the lead when somebody on their team hits 50%, those don't count. So the one I've chosen for us applying one is going to be Death Trooper. Again, this Imperial Remnant team does have some flexibility to it, so you can move that around. I think I put, yeah, who's the other death mark? I thought there was another one. Anyways, so Batcher surviving 15 times. Like I said, drop Watt if you can. Han, Chewie, and then Batcher. Keep Batcher alive. My Batcher's not terrible. It actually has some gear on it, gear 4 or something like that. Yeah. So that one might be easier than the other ones. Um, So for the mini boss, you do have to look Lord Vader and Darth Vader surviving. So we just have this team up here with a couple of tanks, Maul for the damage reduction, and also because he will rip people's faces off. This can also work towards some of your other feats here. I like Nine Sister as a tank with Lord Vader. I've been running that for a long time. I have Huya there because of the next one. For the mini boss, we also have Hu Yang survive, and so we do our standard lineup there. Oh, I can upgrade Hu Yang. Okay, cool. For the boss, we need a full team of Bad Batch. So again, I'm going to need some disc help for that. For the boss, we also need a Jocasta kill, which as you can see, I don't have Jocasta. I don't really have a team for her, as you can see. And so that's something that some people will be able to get if you did get Jocasta. Just wasn't a character that interested me. So I pretty much skipped that, which was bad for Kron, for Datacron farming, by the way. But it is what it is. Evasion down. We need 60 of that. Obviously, we have Sith Assassin and Bastila Fallen for that. Sith Assassin will apply it on our basic. Bastila Fallen will apply it with Fear. Evasion down. We also have the standard Commander Luke Skywalker squad. This is fantastic because 3PO and Chewie on their basic has it, and so 3PO and Chewie is going to be assisting when every other member of the team is attacking. So that usually is pretty good for evasion down. So that's what I plan on using is these two teams. Again, if you don't have Malgus, you can put Darth Revan lead there, and then you throw in Sith Empire Trooper, and have a second tank there, and that should satisfy what you're looking for there. Marked, we have a couple of options. You can use Grievous as well. I was thinking about that because this works. Admiral Piet's mark works because you can actually just target Dark Trooper and give him a mark, and then every time you use it, it does count as a mark. Jedi Knight Revan marks an enemy. Grievous will mark an ally every turn once he's below 100% health. I do not have Grievous myself. He might be gear 12. But the rest of his droids are all also gear 12. So they might need a lot of data disk help. Maybe that's something I run. Maybe that's something I pull up and try to get these Mark 25s done. But I think the Jedi Knight Revan, especially if you mark and then pass the turn and then get him another turn with Jedi Knight Cal to help reduce the cooldowns quickly, I think eventually you'll be able to get those marks pretty quickly with Jedi Knight Revan. And then you're going to get one, maybe two out of here. And you do need 14 Empire battles. And so here we are again with my Emperor Palpatine team, and these guys also count for that. I did not list them because I listed them 145 times in my last video, and I feel like people know by now that the Inquisitorius are one of the absolute best Conquest teams. If you don't know that, surprise, now you do. We have to inflict Order 66 10 times. So CX2, we'll probably apply that twice in each battle. Apple, you can choose to apply that if you have enough dots on somebody. So I think this will be a easy feat for us to get. For the mini boss, we also need no tank, and none of the clones so far are a tank, so that's probably what I'll just use for that as well. For the mini boss, we also need to have the Ahsoka Tano. I do not have that team up and running. If you do, congratulations, that's another easy one for you to complete. For the boss, we need one kill with Balin. The guy's an absolute monster. I mean, this guy, it's hard sometimes to get him a kill because Shin and Marak hit so dang hard, but he ramps so quickly that if the battle's taking a while and he gets the chance to put somebody down, he can AoE put somebody down, or just three slash them in the face, and they're gone. So Balin is a fantastic character, and that's going to be easy. Crosshair survive again. Jedi Master Luke, this guy, he's my babysitter. He's the guy who gets it done. Drop Wat Tambor if you have voluntary vanguard. I know it's weird. So when it comes to voluntary vanguard, I would wait to go ahead and put it on. So if you find it, save it. I can't condone. Oh, well, some people buy the pass. Some people buy the pass and you can move the disc on and off whenever you want to. Great, go ahead and do that whenever you want. But if you get voluntary vanguard in your travels, like if it's just the best one in that group, go ahead and take it. And then at the end, go ahead, put it on, because it's not very helpful outside of just trying to keep somebody alive and using Jedi Master Luke for that. So you can put it on, go back through, do all these survive feats in a day, and probably in just one of your refreshes. And so I hope that this helps. Again, happy May the 4th. I am delighted to do one of these again. I'm delighted to have a Conquest unit that I'm interested in collecting again. Dark side unit, of course, you know I prefer the dark side units. A pirate, I mean, that's just good business, right? So I am super excited to get this Conquest up and running in a couple of days here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how many of you guys got that Jocasta new. I skipped it. I'm sure a few people did. I know my girlfriend Rebel Princess, she was super interested in Jocasta new. She loves the idea of an angry librarian. She herself is an angry librarian, so that was something that she was super interested in, and she is on the path to get her within 5 of the Conquest here. It's her first Conquest character that she's unlocking through Conquest instead of through Proving Grounds. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm super interested to know also what you guys are looking forward to with this character. If you guys have watched Skeleton Crew, if you think this team is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm probably going to go watch that today. Either that, or I do need to catch up on Andor to celebrate May the 4th. We'll go ahead and throw on Disney Plus and catch up on some of this stuff. Thank you again for hanging out with me and letting me chat your ears off. And may the Force be with you.